Fox, CNN, ABC, NBC, all of them. And where's it going to stop? Where's it going to stop, Kelly? When is it going to stop? How is it going to stop? How do you stop this, Kelly, from happening from a woman's point of view?
I mean, I'm an idealist, so I could say what I would hope would happen, but how do you stop it? I mean, I think just finding out more and more, having consequences for the Harvey Weinsteins out there, having people, because as a woman too, if something like that happens to you too, it's scary to come forward. You know, sometimes you can be villainized or poke, you know, people try to poke holes in a story that you might say. So I think that just having, hopefully that Harvey Weinstein is an example, that he gets, you know, the repercussions of what he's done. And then I think other women and other men and whoever have been abused will have the courage to come forward and to speak their mind and to reveal, you know, other people. And I hope that that keeps going on until it does put an end to it, or at least, you know, lessens it.
There are 3 or 4 people that I think will come down very quickly right after this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I know them all. They make very good films, but there's something sick about them.
Look, Roman Polanski is the icon of this. You know, he rapes a 13-year-old girl.
Which turned out to be his cousin.
Yeah, and he says, I'm guilty. Then he flees before anybody can get him.
And he goes to live in Paris.
Right, and we can't extradite him, and he's had a happy-go-light lifestyle there in stardom and kingship forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
I mean, Barbara Walters interviewed Corey Feldman and basically laughed him off the stage when she said, oh, you're going to wreck the whole industry. You realize what you're doing? That Barbara friggin' Walters, I never, you know, I mean, I just threw it away, you know? And this kid was abused when he was 7 and 8 years old. Him and his partner, Corey, who took his own life because of it. He couldn't deal with it. We're talking children, you know? And so I hope that Wienerstein monster goes down hard. And I hope some people go down hard. And I hope that this is a start of people acting properly.
Can I give you what I believe is kind of an exclusive?
Please.
There is a very well-known agency in this town, I'm not going to say who, that had a surprise board meeting yesterday at like 5 o'clock, and at 6:30, one of the partners was fired. And he was fired because he was propositioning and manhandling younger kids, and he was in charge of the kids department. And I think that's going to be a big, huge stink very quickly.
That's going to get out. That's going to get out.
Oh, no, it'll be out tomorrow, I think.
I think I know which agency it is. Well, I'm not going to say it right here.
Yeah, but you might.
Yeah.
You might very well know it.
Yeah, we've been trying to go after some of these pedophile houses up in all over Southern California, and that's one of our goals, is to take down some of these pedophile houses. So now, at what point, as a woman, when this is coming on to you, and it's an important thing, your career is at stake, quite possibly, or this move, if you make it, you might get more out of it. At what point? How does a woman say, no, my career is not more important than me?
I think that's what you have to say. I mean, I was lucky enough to be raised in a way where I just know that if I didn't have my integrity, that no matter where I got, at what level, it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be valuable to me because I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. So, you know, I'm actually reading a story that is a possible future project that I might be involved in, about a lady who, from Ireland, who was raped by her father and started at 4 years old.
This is a very interesting script that one of my dear partners is over in Ireland right now, getting permission to use actual locations and names. And this was a girl who was growing up in her mother's house. Her mother married another man. The man...
no, it was her father.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. The man treated her very nicely, but she had been manhandled by her father. And she wound up being put in a child care center because they thought she was lying, and they kept her under wraps for, what was it, 14 years or something like that?
No, for longer than that. I mean, even into her adulthood, like, people never believed her. She tried to go to the police there, and then it shows how she kind of attracted more and more abuse in her life because she didn't know any better and made, random decisions. But
this kind of behavior has gone on through history forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. There's a story of 1855. A slave woman, Cecilia was her name, and she was her slave owner raped her many times. She had 2 children by him, and one day he said, "I'm coming out to see you at night," and she said, "You come out to see me at night, and I'm going to hurt you," and because she was in love with another man who wanted to marry her, and he said, "I can't have this happen to you. You have to stop that." And she hit him with a stick and killed him. She escaped from prison. They caught her, and then they hung her. And several very important laws came out of that went to the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, that laid down precedents about that. And it's a terrible, terrible story. It's a great story, but it's a terrible, terrible thing that happened to this woman. Just horrible, just horrible, vile of a man. And this was in 1855, as the Civil War was just coming on, just 10 years, a few years before it. So this kind of behavior has gone on for a long time, but you can't condone it in any way, period. You cannot condone it. And anybody who does is just as much as a criminal as a perpetrator, as far as I'm concerned.
I totally agree with you.
I mean, you look the other way, you're just as much because you're letting it happen. All right, so let's get back to some more fun stuff. But
a little less heavy, I think.
Yes, absolutely. But we had to have that conversation. And yes, that's right. No, gin, thank you.
Ooh,
yes.
amazing.
Alkaline water,
I
actually.
feel better.
So you had said that you have a good right hand. So were you trained in boxing or martial arts, or were you an athlete that's growing up?
Yeah, all of the above. I mean,
What's your art form?
Well, I like Muay Thai, actually.
Oh, you like the elbows,
I like the kicking
and the knees.
But I mean, I also love kickboxing a lot. Put me in front of a bag and I'm happy.
Yeah, we had Benny the Jet Ukitis was in here, and then we had Benny taught me to box when I was 6, and he was 8-time world champion kickboxer. He was the greatest of his weight class, and we also had Don the Dragon Wilson in here.
I was just going to ask you. Don's one of my closest
I
friends.
love Don. He is
great.
such a gentle man.
Absolutely.
I mean, you would never know this guy is world champion 11 times. And he hits you with your foot, and you don't even know you got hit with his foot. You think you got hit with an arm or something. This guy had a great side kick.
She saw him devour a dinner at my birthday party.
Yeah, I met him.
Don says that he only eats at my birthday party.
Well, you must have some good food. Manja. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so, it's a great art form to keep in shape, but it also, I think, martial arts teaches young people discipline, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And you need that in your endeavor.
And it helps you channel your energy, So if you're having a bad day, rather than, I'm not one to complain or get on the phone, so I just find a bag and I punch it out and I feel better. And
do you find that it helps you in terms of when you come across parts in different roles that you can maybe do some chi sao or have some chi or qigong, or you meditate, or you focus better on the different roles that you have to take on as an actor?
Absolutely. I think yoga, meditation, and all of those art forms, Tai Chi really is important. Helps channel your own inner energy, helps keep you very creative. I mean, creativity in and of itself needs to be nurtured. So
I love this comment that this one lady made here. She's terrific. Her name is Spice Williams, and she's actually married to one of the Cosbys. One of the Crosby, not Cosby. One of the Crosbys. Okay. Down the line a little bit. And she said, I always used to get hit on and everything from everybody until I grew some muscles and Krav Maga. And then she said it stopped. Right? Well, I taught my daughter how to fight when she was young, and she's had to use it on 3 different occasions. She's professional. She's a professional athlete. She's a goalkeeper, one of the top 25 in the world. Wow. And she's played in Europe for 3 or 4 different countries, here in America, and she's coached Pepperdine. So I had to teach her, and it's come into play for her taught my son, and he's a professional athlete too. He's a Spartan racer, obstacle course racer, and I taught him on. He's come into. I think our martial arts for young people is very important because it sets the mind with the body and brings it together, and that's what you need for acting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's how you can get to those.
Hey, that's
roles.
what you need for life, I think.
Well,
it keeps you present.
Isn't acting life?
Absolutely.
Or do you think that
the portrayal of it?
Do you think that life emulates acting, or acting emulates life?
I think life emulates acting. When people are like, "Oh, I mean, I've even gone on dates before," and they're like, "How do I know you're being real with me?" I'm like, dude. Yeah. Acting is the realest. Like, you have to be super raw and authentic, and especially the camera picks up everything. You can't lie. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do you, when you're looking for young talent, or you're looking for somebody to fill a role in one of your many productions, no matter what the role is, what is the thing that kind of hits you between the head about that person, woman or man? Is it something that's natural, that they're at ease, or what is it?
It's more than that.
What's the formula?
I'm not sure that there is a total formula, but I personally look for somebody who brings me a character to the role. I don't want to have to give the character a role and have them play it.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to show me what they think of the character, and then if I like what they're doing, I'll try to direct them to the way I know that my director wants. If they take the direction, the next thing they do is read for the director.
Do you like people that show up in the whole uniform of their character?
I don't matter. It doesn't
Does
matter.
that really matter?
No.
Because it's really.
I know what when I look at somebody, what they'll look like wearing whatever it is that
right.
my director is going to want.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, I learned a long time ago, believe nothing that an actor or actress tells you.
Isn't that the truth? They're the ultimate salesman.
Mm-hmm.
Better than a used car
They
salesman. The ultimate salesman.
You know, they're all very sick because they all want to be something they're not.
Yes, I mean, that is kind of weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or adventurous.
Look at, I just had a hard enough time being me, Jesse T. What can I tell you? It's a Jesse T show here every Monday through Friday, 5 to 6. And, of course, we're out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter today and everywhere else. And we've got Kelly Welty in and Jerry Wolf, great casting director and a great young actor. Only young because your career is basically, just starting to explode now. And I always had this idea that when Johnny Carson was alive and he was doing the Tonight Show, I always had this idea that you get to sit in the chair to the right, and Jimmy Kimmel and all those guys today, you get to sit in the chair to the right, and they introduce the newest star, the newest young actor, brand new to the business, and it's wonderful how she's just come out on the scene. And then you look at him and you say, yes, I'm a star overnight that took me 30 years.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
I mean, and that's sort of kind of what a career is, isn't it, in this business? It takes time.
And by the way, the perfect description of who Kelly reminds me of is Carol Wayne.
Oh,
Since you...
Yeah. Wow.
No, I don't know that I know who that is.
Oh, look her up. IMDb.
All right.
Yeah, look. Wow, really? You're right.
I mean,
Split an image.
anybody that doesn't look at her and go, holy God. I mean, I can't believe
Could almost
people-
be related.
Yeah.
Like twins, except
Yeah.
years apart.
Very much years apart. Yeah.
Let me look this
Oh,
up.
no, this is old time. This is old school stuff. But what's that? Where do you see yourself? The first things you're going to say when you get out on the Tonight Show, with that big major hit, right?
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
great, feeling good. They play your trailer, and what's the first thing you're gonna say? Hi, Mom. I did it. All you people in high school. Right? That's what I
Does
would
he know
do.
you?
Yeah, I do know her. That's the thing. She got that personality. Right? Yeah, right, really. What are you Irish and German or Scandinavian?
I'm yes, and yes.
Oh.
And Italian.
Hi, you got a little Italian, you got a little of that
do.
Irish blood in you.
I do.
The Scandinavian look, right? The side look, right? And,
Yeah.
and the Italian guts.
The passion.
Absolutely, man. So tell me some other things that you're doing now besides the monkey show. What's it called?
The monkey
The
show.
monkey show.
I like it. I forget
It's called
stuff.
Phony.
Phony. Thank you.
Roger will be
P-H-O-N-Y.
excited.
I've changed the
about
name.
that.
Contact the writer. It's called the Monkey Show.
The monkey show. Okay. He probably like that.
So now, besides Phony, what else is coming up?
Several other projects that I don't. Am I allowed to talk about them?
You can talk about some. Go ahead.
Okay.
He'll step in and
Well,
hit you
there's
over the
a
head when you don't.
possibility, if it doesn't typecast me too much, that I will be reenacting Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, I just. Whoa, wait a second. Can you do some Marilyn for us?
She can do Irish. She can do Spanish. She can do a whole bunch of.
Hablo español.
Oh, really?
Claro que sí.
¿Cómo se llama usted?
Me llamo Kelly Welty.
Me llamo Jesús Torrero.
Me llamo en español Geronimo Lobo.
Hey, man, that's about all the Spanish I know. Because when I went to Mexico in '93, they said, Jesse, never come back. I don't know
means
what
you
I
had a
did.
good time.
I don't know what kind of time I had. They just said, Jesse, never come back to my country because you might not go home. And I have never been back to that country.
Really?
No, I will not go back. The guy who told me that's probably dead, a federale, but I bet you his son is running the federales, and I'm going to be the guy that survives the 30,000 plane foot crash, strapped in my seat, and he's going to come out there and investigate, and he's going to look at me, Jesse, didn't my father tell you, never come back? That's going to be me.
Take the gun out and shoot.
That's right. Shoot me, please. Don't bury me in a load of ants out in the middle of the Mexican desert, please. You didn't know this was going to be a comedy show, did you?
I was hoping it would be.
Well, excuse me. Thank you. No, I was joking. All right. So you got it. Marilyn, I just saw Some Like It Hot with Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon over the last
Doesn't get much
weekend.
better than that.
Do you know the one line I remember from that show is the very last line of the movie when he turns around and he looks at Joey and he says, "Nobody's perfect."
That was not supposed to be the last line of the movie.
Tony Curtis said it.
Yeah, but he said it, and they didn't know how to end it, and they were going to do a reshoot on it, but then they realized they just let it go, and that is one of the most classic ways to ever end any movie ever made. That one line.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, have you seen Something Like It Hot?
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
all I remember of Something Like It Hot, and this is terrible, is Marilyn Monroe going, hi, hoo, he, ha, he, hoo, ha, right? And the two songs that she did in there. Three songs. The three
Maybe
songs.
you should play Marilyn Monroe.
Oh,
in a
I
movie.
could do Marilyn. Yes. Man, I'm getting casted for all the wrong things. First it's a monkey suit, now it's Marilyn. I can't get it right. You know.
What songs do you remember from that show?
There were three songs. One of them was the song that she sang to the president, JFK. She sang it's
Happy
birthday
to you.
right? And then the other song, the first song that she sang, oh man, it's right there. It's right there. It was a big hit for her.
Let's see if I remember this.
It got me. You stumped me.
Oh, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
why I was asking.
Yeah, there's three songs. Okay, look it up for us. Thank you. Okay.
She's already
I'm on it.
Googling.
I know she's so fast at that. You know, I'm still fumbling around. You talked earlier, Jerry, about typing on computers.
I wouldn't know.
Forget texting. If I send a text, the little pads, right? And I say, hey, Jerry, you want to go out and have some lunch? It's going to come to you, hey, Jerry, you want to go out and have a bunch?
Was it Some Like It Hot, the song?
There were three songs. Three
I know,
songs.
but it's...
Soundtrack, Some Like It's Hot.
Yeah.
So just go like Google search soundtrack, Some Like It's Hot. But that's a great movie. The scene when they're all getting drunk up in the train on the second, the second bed, there's that one. I love the scene. I love the scene when they when Tony Curtis is playing the yachtsman and he's out on the guy's yacht, right?
Yes.
And he's faking the whole thing, and then he has to come back, and he goes up, and then he comes back. They have to split because the Italian guys are there to kill him, and then there's that whole big scene there. I love that. I love the guy who plays the Godfather in that, and his five Stooges.
I want to be loved by you.
I want to be loved by you. Right?
Nobody
else but you. Come on.
Boop, boop,
doo.
Wait, you did that really well.
Yeah,
One,
thanks.
a two, a 1, 2, 3.
I wanna be loved by you, just you, and nobody else but you.
Boop, boop, be doo.
You actually sing pretty
We
good.
should go on tour, I think.
I tell you, I will
really
book
do.
it. I will promote it. I will sell the tickets.
Jerry, how are your dancing skills?
Well, they were good, as you know.
No past tense here.
Yeah, you know, when I go dancing, they know I'm dancing from 1985. Because that's about right. It's like I'm doing stuff from 85. Wait a minute, this isn't the 80s.
I hate to tell you this, but in 1949.
Oh, man. 1949.
Okay.
Oh, we got Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey, Kate Kaiser,
Well,
Frank
Glenn
Sinatra,
Miller.
Danny Kaye
Danny Kaye.
was the Grand Marshal of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
I know the
And
story.
if you go back into times and you look at the New York Times front page, you will see a picture of Danny Kaye and an unidentified young male.
Who could that possibly?
I
mean,
have no idea, but it was me.
but it was
Wait a
me.
minute. Wait. We do change, don't we?
We do, yes.
Yes, we used to have hair, and we used to be able to frolic very easily, right? And all. Yeah. Wow. Really?
But now you're an identified male, so.
Well, now they identify me. Yes. Speaking of which, anybody out there who wants to identify me, please stop. It's me.
So you just did all the casting for Nation's Fire, Thomas Churchill.
Yeah. You know Tom?
Oh yeah, I love Thomas. He's great. What a terrific director, and he is just doing some great stuff.
I'm doing his next film, too.
Did you do Rack Pack or Rack?
No, I didn't. There was a whole story behind that.
Yeah. Thomas is cool. I just he's got such a great directorial eye. If you ever get a chance to work with Thomas, you'll love him. His method of working is so actor right. You know,
Awesome,
and he's working with some good people, Bruce Stern and a whole bunch of people.
Well, I'm the one who got him Bruce Stern, and I'm the one who got him a couple of others that he'll tell you.
I had him on an interview in here, and he was still working on booking these people when he couldn't tell me about who was booking. But, you know, I got big ears, Torrero.
I could have told you.
Well, but he didn't want to say. But, you know, I got Dumbo ears under these headphones. That's why I keep them on. They flap out, right? And I didn't say anything. But isn't that funny? He was probably talking to you at that moment.
I'm sure he was.
Right here. And now it's come full circle. Isn't that weird how this business works? It is the craziest thing. I run into people, Jerry, that still know my grandfather, J. Glenn Orr. I mean, they're in their 90s. Mm-hmm. They were younger because my grandfather would have been well over 100 had he still been living. But they're in their 90s, and they were young men and women that knew my grandpa, and it just blows my mind. And when you come across somebody you haven't seen in the business and you know them, isn't it just like crazy?
It is crazy.
How's that happened to you last? I mean, when you came across somebody, you went, "Wait a minute, what are you doing here?"
I mean, well, I was at Air One, and I didn't have my contacts in, so I don't see that well far away. So I moved aside because I saw an older gentleman walking by, and it was a tight corridor. So just to be respectful, as I would with anyone, and I moved aside. And then the guy looks at me, and I look at him, and he smiles, and he gives me a wink, and it was John Voight. I mean, whatever.
John's terrific. I like John.
He's awesome.
I
He's
goofed
cool.
around with him over at Hamburger Hamlet in Sherman Oaks, where darn it, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. No, it's Hamburger Helper and Alpha Beta. No, not Alpha Beta. Gelson's. Thank you. Yes.
Except Hamburger Hamlet's not there anymore.
No, yes, it's not there anymore.
There you go, safe.
Thank you.
Well, I just outed him at Air One too, but you don't know which Air One, so.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's go over some stuff here real quick that I wanted to just toss out as we come to the end of the Jesse T show. We still got a few minutes. So where are we on time? 2-3 minutes? Okay, all right. So let's go. I'm going to toss some stuff out at you real quick off your IMDb site, Kelly. That's you know, you look really, that's you, right?
It's a brunette, yeah.
Yeah, I tell you. Is that your natural color or is sandy blonde your natural
I don't know anymore. No,
Okay, that's a good answer.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
Listen, next time I want you to come in here as a redhead. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. I do have a redheaded
And then
wig.
next time, blue hair, and
That's
then
easy.
purple, and then yellow.
Wigs.
All right, so let's go here. Okay, so we have the Miranda murders, lost tapes of Leonardo
Phony will
Lake.
be on there soon.
Okay, so Miranda murders. Tell me a couple quick lines about that. What was your experience?
That was a tough shooting through the night. It was a horror film, or it is a horror film, and it's about two psychopathic mass murders.
Were you one of them?
No.
So you were the good guy.
I was the victim. I was one of the victims.
So you scream really well.
Apparently so. It's gotten me several jobs. Yeah.
Can you scream?
I mean, do we want to? I don't want to deafen people. You want me to scream?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I move away from
No,
this thing?
that's all right. That's actually a great Hollywood scream. That is a great Hollywood scream.
Thank you.
Jerry, I think you got the right person.
Jared, can you scream now?
I don't ever want to scream.
Okay. Okay. So is that you or me?
I don't know.
It definitely isn't me.
It's not me.
I would have
It's
a
back there.
Oh, it's me. Why do people call me when I'm on the air? I don't care. Okay. Studio Club.
That was a 50s piece. So
Oh,
of
how
course I
cool.
loved that one. I got my hair all done and makeup and everything.
You're a bebopping baby.
I
a beatnik.
was, yeah. And I was a good one again. I'm telling you, I finally get to play the villain.
How about Heroes, a TV series?
Yeah, that was fun. I had a little sneak appearance on that. So,
And you got to be an ugly Betty.
yep. Fashion editor.
Very nice, very nice. We're going back a little. As the world turns, did you start
Okay,
in soap
now
operas
it's getting
too?
personal. Let's
Oh,
move
my
on.
goodness.
Let's focus on the future.
As my stomach turns.
Yes, and the guiding light.
Okay,
Well, look, hey, look, I did Santa Barbara, Young and Restless
There
for
you
3 years.
go.
Santa Barbara for the year and a half it
Nice.
was on, right? And General Hospital. I did everybody in General Hospital. Well, I didn't do everybody in General. Well, I
Careful
did.
how you say that.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
everybody did me. No. Hey, listen, you pay me, you can have me. Thank you very much. I don't care. Mama T, I gotta put some money in your pocket, baby. I know. Jerry Ford, we're why do I call you Jerry Ford all the time?
I don't know. Do I look like it?
You're President Ford. Thank you very much. You look like.
Where's
No
my
wonder I
golf
never got a
club?
job.
where's my free car? Come on.
Where's my golf club?
Yes, I've been screwing people's names up my whole life. Thank you. Jerry Wolf, thanks a lot, man. We could do another 4 hours. There's so much to
Easily.
talk about.
Easily.
I mean, I appreciate you and all the great work
Thank
and
you very
stuff
much.
that you've done. And I want to bring you in again and chat some more about
Whenever you
old Hollywood
want.
and old school
Sure.
stuff. Kelly Welty, look at man. Would you just become a superstar so I can say I know a superstar?
Absolutely.
And
Just
I
for
would-
you. Just for you, though.
And I would like to say one thing publicly. Happy birthday to Rosemary, who turned 95 years old.
Aww.
Happy birthday, Rosemary. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday
to you.
I don't know about this key.
Happy
Happy
birthday to you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Happy birthday, dear Rosie. Happy birthday to you.
The Jesse T Show. Loving you, baby. The Brown Beauty's off duty. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't wash cars. So when you give me a superstar, I don't wash cars.
All
Okay?
right.
All right.
How are your note taking skills?
Pretty good. I only
Okay.
charge $12.
Perfect.
See ya.